I have a question for you. Is mass same as weight? Now, when you look at these two terms, mass and weight, mass is a fundamental quantity. So, we know this is a fundamental quantity. And you know the unit of mass is kilogram. So, in fundamental quantity, we have defined this. So, the unit of mass in SI units is kilogram. When you look at the term weight, weight is a special name given to force. So, weight is actually force. Now, you can see the difference between these two. Mass has a unit of kilogram and force has a unit of Newton. Okay. Now, the next point here is, when I have two masses, say m1 and m2, and if the distance between these two masses is r, the Newton's law of gravitation gives me F is equal to g times m1 times m2 divided by r squared, and this is measured in Newton. Now here, if one of the mass happens to be a planet, so if I take a mass where if one of the mass is mass of a planet, so let me write this as mass of a planet, which is capital M. And if I have another tiny mass, say for example I am standing there on top of the surface of the earth. Now the force between me and the earth, so I will take my mass to be small m here. Now the force acting between me and the earth is given by this expression F is equal to g times mass of the planet, I'll take it as capital M, and mass of the tiny person here divided by the distance between the earth and me is going to be the radius of the earth. So from the center of the earth to center of my body is equal to radius of the earth or radius of the planet, any planet, squared. So this is the expression. Now this expression clearly tells me that mass of a given planet is a constant. Now you know mass of earth. Mass of earth is 6 times 10 raised to 30 kilograms. So that is a constant. G is a universal gravitational constant. So you know the value of G is 6.67 times 10 raised to minus 11. And radius of the planet at a given point on that planet is a constant. So when all these terms are constants here, so when I say these terms are all constants, now all those terms put together, you get something called G, acceleration due to gravity. So now this G at a given point on the surface of the earth is a constant. So this is mg. So therefore this force is now called m times g, where m is called the mass. Now this force is now given a special name called weight of that tiny object. So weight is a force and weight is mass times acceleration due to gravity. So now we have a question. Now if I ask you what is your weight, so normally what we say is, we say okay, it is 40 kilogram or 70 kilogram and so on, but actually we are mentioning the mass of a body, and that's why we say it's called body mass index. So when I ask a question weight, so why are we answering in terms of mass? It's actually, when you look at this term G itself varies on the surface of the earth. Now on this planet, you can just have a look at this. This radius at the equator is slightly greater than the radius at the poles. Now when I say radius at the equator is slightly greater, we know Earth is slightly flattened at the poles and bulged at the equator. So when it is bulged at the equator, the value of G at the equator, you can look at the G expression here. G is equal to capital G mass of the planet by radius of the planet squared. Now when radius at the equator is larger than radius at the poles, it means the acceleration due to gravity at the equator is less than acceleration due to gravity at the poles. Is that clear? So, because we know that radius at the equator is 6,400 kilometers and radius at the poles is approximately 27 kilometers smaller, or you can say 27 kilometers less compared to radius at the equator. So, since g is inversely proportional to r squared, now as r increases, g will decrease. So, acceleration due to gravity at the equator is slightly less compared to acceleration due to gravity at the poles. Now, what are those values? We have found that acceleration due to gravity at the equator is 9.78 meter per second squared. The unit here is meter per second squared, and that of poles is 9.82 meter per second squared. So therefore, if you look at these two values, the average of these two is 9.8. So, and we say g is equal to 9.8 meter per second squared, which is nothing but an average of these two values. Now again, for calculation purpose, we round it off to 10. So when we approximate this value to 10 meter per second squared, then our calculations become much more easier. So when I ask you what is the weight, so say for example, if my mass is 70 kilogram, I would say my weight is approximately, it's a very close approximation because I've rounded it off. So my weight is approximately 70 times 10, so which is 700 Newton. So either you should change your question or you should change your answer. So you should start asking for what is your body mass. In that case, I can answer 70 kilogram. Or if you say what is your weight, or if you are going to ask me what is your weight, then I should answer it as 700 Newton. Now why is it approximate? Because since the value of g keeps varying between equator to poles, so I can only give you an approximate value. And that is why when you stand on a weighing machine, it gives you a reading something like this. It gives you, it is 70 kilogram hyphen weight. So it says that your body mass is 70 kilogram and you calculate the weight. So it actually reads it is 70 kilogram equivalent weight. You need to calculate it. Is that clear? So now this gives you a clear difference between mass and weight. Mass is a fundamental quantity whose unit is kilogram. Weight is a special name given to force, where the force between two masses is calculated as F is equal to g times m1 m2 by r squared, and if one of the mass happens to be a planet, in that case this force is given a special name called weight. So the unit of weight is Newton and the unit of mass is kilogram, and mass is a scalar quantity, weight being a force is a vector quantity.